In this video, we're gonna explain 15 terms to help you understand how to talk like a motocrosser. Real quick explanation. When you're talking to a person that's been in the game of motocross or dirt bike riding for a long time, likely you're not gonna understand half the stuff they say, especially if you don't know anything about motocross. So today, we're trying to educate you guys on how to understand a motocross conversation. Term number one, that was gnarly. That was gnarly is explaining something that went completely haywire and or it was really cool, right? So for instance, someone wrecks really hard, that was gnarly. Someone wins by 30 seconds or wins by a big margin, that was gnarly. Number two is gonna be battle it out. What that means is they've come in close contact with another rider on the track that's close to the same speed and they're going back and forth, passing each other. That's a battle in our eyes. We wanna beat that person, so we're battling. It's like a battle with like swords and guns and stuff, but it's with dirt bikes. Battling out is fun. Number three, brop. When you hear someone say brop, I always think like, if someone doesn't know what this means, we sound insanely crazy. Brop is like a replacement of a motorcycle noise. So you like brop, right? That means like, what I just did is a motorcycle just jumped a jump. Sounds crazy, but brop, if you hear someone say brop, they're talking about a noise of a motorcycle. Number four, we've got whoops. We're not talking about whoops, we did it again, or whoops, didn't mean to do that. We're talking about an actual obstacle on the track. Whoops are rolling jumps that are usually around 3 feet tall, about 6 feet apart, that you try to ride across the top. Make sure you stick around to the end of this one. We've got a bonus for you. Number five, double, triple, quad. And we're not talking about espresso here. We're talking about jumps on a motocross track. If you're jumping a jump, and you've got one landing, that's a double. You take off from one, you land on the second one, that's a double. You take off from one, you land on the third one, that's a triple. You take off from one, you land on the fourth one, that's a quad, and that's gnarly. Okay, we've got tabletop, and we're not talking about in Grandma's kitchen either. A tabletop is another obstacle on the track. A tabletop is a jump that's filled in on the top, and from the side, it actually looks like a tabletop. You jump from one side, you land down the other, but it's a little safer than a double because you don't have to jump all the way to clear the jump. Number seven, hole shot. We're not talking about shooting a hole, we're talking about the hole shot. Hole shot is when you're starting on a starting line with a bunch of other motorcycles, and the hole shot is who gets to the first turn first. That leads us right into number 8, which is sketchy. Pretty much every time you ride a motorcycle, you do something that is sketchy. This is kind of a universal term. A lot of people use this in different scenarios, but if you almost crash, that was sketchy. If you hit a big jump and you make it but you were scared, that was sketchy. Number 9, send it. What we're talking about here is you went for it. You jumped big, you went far, you sent it. A lot of times you see that resulting in a crash, but hey, you got the courage and you sent it.
That's a big one right there, dude.
Number 10, pinned. Pinned means you take the throttle and you pin it back and you hold it there and you're getting ready to send it. And it's probably gonna be sketchy. Number 11 is gonna be casing. Casing it means you've jumped a jump, you've mistimed the jump, and you don't make it all the way. So if it's a double, like we talked about earlier, and you land on top of that double, the theory is that you're hitting the top of the jump on your engine cases, which is the bottom of the engine. So you put the engine case on top of the jump, that means you cased it. It's not good, it's sketchy, it's gnarly, it's all of that, right? You don't wanna case jumps. Number 12, endo. Endo is also very bad, right? Endo means you've hit the jump, you've jumped the bike, and the front end drops immediately. A lot of times this results in a crash over the front or a really scary feeling of that you're gonna die, right? Because your body's going to the front, there's no bike underneath you, or it's straight down. Not cool. 13, OJ'd. Not orange juice, not OJ Simpson. OJ'd means you over jumped the jump. The landing's here, you landed here. You went too far. It's the opposite of casing. Equally as sketchy and gnarly. 14, roost. Roost is when the dirt spins off the back tire and you get hit by it. It's what the back tire spinning generates. Spins dirt out, it roosts out the back. 15, that's sick. Pretty broad term. I hear all the action sports athlete using that's sick. That means whatever you did was awesome. That's sick, dude. The track's sick, the jump's sick, the bike's sick. It's all sick, that's sick, right? You know what's not sick? Endoing, casing a jump while you're pinned. It's really sketchy and gnarly. You know what I mean? You feel me? Bonus term is when you see someone using their hands to describe what the motorcycle is doing, right? Like, I hit it, or I whipped it, or I cased it, right? So like, you may see someone in public at the track doing this, or doing this, and you might think they're trying to dance, but they're not. They're just riding their dirt bike, and like, leave them alone, you know, just let them be. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you can understand your friends a little better now. If you did enjoy the video and you want to learn a little more about motocross, we have plenty of videos over here. Don't forget, we have our Instagram where we're sharing weekly tips. Like, subscribe down here in this area, and also you can share a little bit of your love on our Patreon account with $1, $5, $10, or $20 donations to help keep this channel moving. Peace.